What's up, guys? So I thought I'd do an update on the van and show you some things that I've gotten done recently and some things I plan on doing. So today I finally washed it. It hadn't been washed since, I don't know, October of last year, and it's definitely needing it. So I figure we'll go ahead and take a look at it now that it's quite a bit cleaner. All right, so I've been meaning to do some painting on it. I just hadn't done anything. I think today I'm going to go ahead and take off this bug guard, mainly because it's broke here, and yeah, I kind of want to see what it looks like without it, but mainly because it's broke. And it's not just broke right there at that crack, it's kind of all the mounting tabs beneath it are broke, so I've had to add bigger washers as it kind of cracked more. So I think it's just time to either take it off completely or replace it down the road. So that's going to happen today. Something else I want to do on my days off this week is get some paint, and I want to take this whole grill out, paint it all black, paint the whole bumper black, and all around the headlight part of the grill black. And because I've seen a lot of vans that do that on these Astros, and it actually looks pretty good. And then eventually I want to paint those wheels black too, once I get some kind of automotive paint for the steel there. But that's probably going to happen quite a bit later. So, and when I do that, I really want to take these off and do them too, because I don't know if these were just chipping from factory or if somebody actually took them off and sprayed them. But I would say it's probably from the factory, because I would have guessed they would have sprayed these mirrors too, and these definitely weren't sprayed. Other than that, getting a little bit of painting done, I want to do the back bumper too. Do the whole light gray there, and I don't know about the top there, mainly because I'll be getting in and out on that, and you know, it's kind of a step, so I don't know if that'll be worth painting or not. Probably not. I'll just leave it like it is, but definitely going to paint that lower steel part of the bumper, because that top cover is just a plastic cover, so it may not be worth painting that. Another thing I've been wanting to get fixed real soon, I just hadn't known how to go about it. This has been broke since I got it, and this is where the secondary barn door slams shut and, you know, latches on here. And it's always had to be slammed pretty good. I mean, it's pretty solid in there. It's not really loose. You can just see a little bit of play in it there, but it's just cracked from being slammed. So I'm not sure really how to go about it. I would like to weld it on the inside and the outside, because it's actually got a little bit of room there to do it, but not too much. But mostly welding would probably have to be done on the inside, and then you can see here you're going to be welding from back here all the way up in there. So it's really, I've just put it off because I just don't know how to go about it yet, other than just start layering it on. But this is just really thin stuff, so it's going to be a real pain. So let's see, another update I've done on it recently is I've added this handle, because I wanted a way to shut the door from the inside, and then I wanted a way to get out from the inside. So I added this. This isn't normally on here, but I pretty much drilled a hole here, put this rubber grommet in there for like electrical wires, and then I took a metal rod, turned the nut onto it, and it's glued onto there, so the nut won't turn. It's real smooth. That way you can press it up and down like your door locks. But what that'll do is it'll activate this. You can see there, if that was shut like that, that would, pressing this down would unlock it just like that, and then I can shut it from the inside. The only thing it doesn't do is actually, if the door is locked, you can't open it from the inside. So right now it's unlocked, so it actually just opens it like normal, but if it was locked, you couldn't do that. So I don't know what to do about that. There's really, this is just connected to the latch that unlocks it, so it's the same as if you pulled this out here, you wouldn't be able to open this if it was locked, you know, without turning the key to unlock it. Not a huge deal, but at least if it's unlocked, I can open it up and get out. So that's kind of cool. Let's see, I kind of want to, before my trip in November, because that's my next trip in this van, see one of my lights is hanging, I want to finish this roof, because pretty much I've just stuck these 12-volt lights up there with double-sided tape, and it's gotten kind of hot, so they've fallen off. But I wanted to get all my electrical wires where I wanted them and get everything in here that I wanted before I did the roof, and I'm to that point now. So what's going to happen next is I'm actually going to take these older lights out and only have the 12-volt lights in here. And what I'm going to try to do, if I can figure out a way to do it, I want to hook these 12-volt lights up instead of these, to where when you flip your dome light up there, because these will come on if you do that, I want to have those come on, as well as I want to have these on a 12-volt switch back here hooked to my auxiliary batteries. So again, I don't know if that's going to be possible. It may just be best to not even hook these 12-volt lights to my auxiliary batteries and leave them hooked up to the front battery, because really these 12-volt lights aren't going to use a lot of power. So having them hooked to my main battery shouldn't really hurt anything, unless I just leave them on for hours and hours and hours, which I don't plan to do. So that's kind of what's up in the air, but now that all my electrical's in place, I want to go ahead and put a thin layer of Reflectix insulation up here in between everything, and then I want to run the paneling across the ribs here all the way, because it'll run flat with this all, you know, across the ribs, so there's going to be some gap in there. So I do need to put the insulation in there and make sure there's a little bit of something, because this is mainly a summer camper van, so I don't plan on doing anything in the winter as of yet. So that's just the main part. I want to get the roof done, and then somewhere down the line I want to do the walls the same way, just put a thin paneling over some thin insulation. But the roof's the main thing I want to get done first, and then the walls will come later. But like I said, I just wanted to get all this wiring in here, because this is a CB antenna, and you can see that it comes out right up here. There's just no antenna on it right now. I've got the antenna laying right down there along the cabinet, because I don't use it all that often, so I just have it for mainly when I get on the interstate and take my trips. Other than that, I've just got my solar panel connection going on right here. So this is where the solar panels connect right there. It's a little SAE connector in there at the cap. And then this one here is my newest one I put on. It's kind of ugly how I did the stuff, but it'll be plenty waterproof. But you can see here there's some water sitting there because I just washed the van. But that's a RF connector, coax connector for an antenna. So I've got a magnetic antenna that will run to that TV. It comes down right there, and I need to get a 45 for that RF so it doesn't come straight down. So when I do put the paneling on, it'll run flat, but it runs to this little antenna here, just a little TV antenna with a magnet on it that I run up top. And it's also got a USB powered signal amplifier in it. So that way when I'm out somewhere that actually has some channels, I can have some live TV at night for when I'm chilling in the van, relaxing. Other than that, I just typically watch movies off my USB thumb drive. So that's the main thing that I've installed recently. This is just a little magnetic light that I've picked up somewhere. It's just like a little dome light, but it's kind of cool, so I thought it'd be great for the van, because you can pretty much take it and stick it anywhere, you know, and have light, and it charges for you on USB. So that's kind of cool. So that's the main project coming up, is finish off this darn roof. I've been wanting to do it for so long, and I just put it off because I just didn't know what else I would want in here as far as electric and everything. And I've actually got the fan finished up now. I've got one more thing coming, so I can't say it's quite finished, but it is installed from last year. And then this year I added the reverse switch for the DC motor, because this fan did spin one way and it pushed air out. And when you buy the fans, you can pay another $50 and get that switch pre-installed, and then you can hit the reverse. But I didn't want to pay 50 bucks when I could pay, you know, $10 and install it myself, so that's what I did. So now when this fan's on, it'll, flipping that switch will reverse the polarity of the motor and spin it the opposite way, blowing cool air in on you. And next I've got coming is a DC motor regulator, because right now it's just got 3 speeds on it, 1, 2, and 3, and the 3 is pretty high, as in, you know, the speed, but the 1 speed is actually not very low. So what I want to do is put the DC motor regulator on there. That way I can regulate whatever speed I want and actually make that fan turn real slowly. That way it's enough air coming in but it's not super loud. Like if you're chilling here watching TV, it's not super loud. So that's what I got coming up next, and it's just a little turn knob that has a little regulator board built in it. It'll all fit up in there, and all you'll see sticking out is the knob. So that'll be pretty cool. Get that installed and finish that up. Other than that, today's just been a day of washing all the door jambs, because the door jambs get dirty, and cleaning all the gaskets out, because these gaskets up here just get gunked up with just all kinds of crap. So cleaned all them out. That way when the water runs down, it'll actually run down the gussets, you know, like it's like a guttering system, so it'll actually run down there and drain a lot better. And yeah, so my batteries I installed last year are doing good. They're chilling at 12 volts. I've actually used them a little bit since they were charged up last. Usually they chill around 12.5 or so, but I've used them a little bit testing out the TV antenna and everything. So batteries are doing good. I'm still like up in the air of keeping these Harbor Freight batteries. It was kind of like a test thing. So I've got those two 70 amp hour batteries that are in series, so they double the amp hours on them. And I've kind of been up in the air with them because I want to get some good ones, but I want to know exactly what I need, because I think about 100 amp hours is what I need, and I'm over that now. So I think if I spend some money later on and get one good battery instead of two of the smaller amp hour batteries, and I can just have one good battery. Still been meaning to hit a junkyard and get this seat replaced, but it's just one of the things. It's just not a huge deal. It's not like it's a driver's side seat. So yeah. And I don't know if I've ever showed this CB in here, but this is my little Radio Oddity CB. It's just a tiny little CB with a built-in speaker in the bottom, and it works really well. I'd taken it out for a while and put in a bigger CB, a Cobra, one of the really nice Bluetooth ones, and it was just too much. It really didn't pick up channels any better than that. And I think it's mainly because these are just unmodified CBs, so you're not going to pick up channels far away or anything like a lot of the super truckers have, you know. So it's just good for me. Just mainly I use it for like getting traffic in the immediate area when I'm on the interstate. It's really helpful to know, hey, if there's an accident coming up there, truckers are usually talking about it, and you're going to be within, you know, 20 miles of that typically, so you'll have plenty of time to reroute. You can see my curtain there stuck behind the seat that runs across here, the privacy curtain. What I've been meaning to do also is, so I can have this all open, and like the curtain running across is fine, but I'd eventually like to have this all open. Instead of having the curtain, I can just put like a covering in the front and the two side windows, and you just pretty much shape it out with some Reflectix or something, and then cover it with whatever, and then you can stick them up in your windows when you're parked. So that would be kind of nice. I think that's pretty much about it for the van. Not too many big improvements, but you know, just getting ready for my November trip, even though it's a couple months away now. But definitely want to get some painting done and that kind of thing. So hopefully this is you can see this one's chipped away quite a bit, and it's funny because like I've seen some big chunks of it come off when I'm driving down the interstate and everything, so it'll be nice to get those cleaned up and repainted. But I'm hoping they're just steel and not like aluminum, because I don't know what they are. Hopefully they're not aluminum, because aluminum's quite hard to paint without some kind of etcher to make it stick, because that may be why that's coming off, is somebody painted it and it's actually some kind of aluminum. Yeah, well, I think that'll do for this update. Hopefully you liked my little door handle modification there. I've seen that on the forum of some other Astrovan users did that, and that's kind of what I've done. So anyways, that's going to be it for this update, and I'll probably have another update maybe when I get the roof done and everything before my trip. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one.